If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio. But this massive middle bracket of like 90% of people, they'll never reach that top because they don't have that desire to be great rather than being loved. There's a speech at the end of Vice, the film with the Vice President film with Dick Cheney. You've got to watch it. There's a speech at the end. You should with what's his name? Batman. I can't remember his name now. Christian Bale. Watch that speech at the end. It's better than this video that I've just made. It will sum it up perfectly. He says along the lines of, I would rather do the right thing than be liked or loved or whatever. If you want to be loved, go and buy a puppy or some shit like that. It's the same thing. And every successful guy that you will ever meet is ruthless, selfish, and dedicated almost psychopathically to their craft. And then they can mellow down as they get older, you know, and they're in a good position to help people. But if you're trying to make it and you're trying to be everybody's friend, forget about it, you're fucked. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be slightly controversial, but it has to be made. I was talking to two different people today about this same topic, and anybody who... Men have forgotten this, okay? Men in general have forgotten what is truly needed in order to do well in life. And that doesn't just mean success, that doesn't just mean fitness, you know, the areas that I always speak about. This means just on a day-to-day basis, just interacting with everyday people, okay? Especially women. Now, I get messages all the time of people saying things like, I got cheated on by my girlfriend 3 times. What do you think I should do next? You know, or things aren't going too well for me. My family are telling me to do this and that. My friends want me to do this and that. I'm caught between, you know, having time for my friends, also wanting to be successful, trying to satisfy my family, whilst trying to maintain a relationship with a woman who treats me like shit, who I really shouldn't be with. I get these kind of messages all the time, and I always give the same response, okay? And excuse my language, but I do these things for authenticity, because I don't want you thinking I'm some nice little YouTuber, you know, like the Sidemen or something, who would never say boo to a goose. It's an English saying. Who would never swear or anything like that. I don't bleep out what I do, you know. I love authenticity. And what every man needs to remember is that you need to become a ruthless cunt, okay? Now it might sound vulgar to some of you, you know, oh, you're a businessman, why would you swear like that? It needs to be said. It needs to be said. It's almost like a slap around the side of the face. There's so many guys out there that don't understand what you need to be in order to get where you want to get in life. Like, you sit with me one-on-one, nicest man ever. I will help you, look after you. I will dedicate hours to doing what, you know, you want to achieve. If you then border into my time where I'm like, okay, I've got something penciled in, I need to get it done, it's over. That's it. I'm gone. I'm out the door. Because I am ruthless with my time. I am ruthless with what I do. If I have a workout at 5 a.m., I'm ruthless. I will train like I'm in the UFC octagon. That's the way I'm going to train. I will work like a mule 24/7, 7 days a week, like a ruthless cunt, because I want to succeed and want to have better shit than other people. Like, don't think that everybody's your friend in life, okay? And don't think that I'm like some little nice guy that just makes videos. I can be an absolute asshole when I need to be. I can be very aggressive, and I can be a ruthless cunt, like I said. That's not me blowing my own trumpet and trying to be like, watch out guys, okay? 99.9% of the time, nicest man in the world. But I have this streak inside of me which separates me from everybody else, or at least a decent proportion of people. I know a lot of people in life that get treated like dirt, okay? They will cater to other people, they will chase other people, they will be overly kind to other people in order to have a bigger social circle. I couldn't give a fuck about any of that. I really couldn't. I would rather have... Look, I'd rather have friends. I'd rather have my day one friends because I love all of them. But I would rather have no friends and achieve everything I've ever wanted to achieve in life than have friends that were dragging me down in life. Like, I'd rather be single forever than meet 20 women in a row who were terrible for me, but I didn't want to be alone. Like, you need to have this independent, ruthless mentality. You need to be a ruthless man. It's a discussion I was having with a friend earlier, and he won't mind me saying this because obviously I'm not going to say his name. And I think a lot of my friends know that I make videos like this where it's true to life stuff, and that's what makes this channel so authentic. And I think it's one of the reasons why it's grown so much, because it's relatable to real life circumstances. But me and my friend earlier were talking about how, you know, he had a couple of problems. He feels depressed. You know, I've been exactly where he's been right now. And I said to him, "You're too nice." And I've said this to two of my friends in the last 3 months, is that you're too nice. Like, you help people too much. You give up your time too much. You let people get away with things they shouldn't get away with, okay? And what this creates is a system where people expect it. Okay, so if somebody says, "Can you help me with this weekend? I'm moving house," and you go, "Yeah, I'll help you." Okay, well, okay, that's one thing. "Can you help me with this next weekend?" "I don't really want to, but yeah, I'll say yeah because I don't want to lose you as a friend." You keep getting in that pattern. People expect you to always say yeah. Nobody asks me to do shit like that because they know I'll say, "No, I'm busy, I'm working." That's what I mean by ruthlessness. I'm willing to lose friends in order to be successful. I'm willing to miss a big event that everybody wants to watch, like a big football match where we're all getting together. You know, it might be a big family event. I'm willing to miss that in order to get an extra hour in the gym. You know, and people might be like, "He's selfish, he's this, he's that." I'm getting it done. Here's my schedule for the day. That's what I am going to do without question because I'm ruthless. And that is what is going to happen today. You know, if a little slot pings up either side of that or in between, I will fit somebody in. If you don't like that, then that's fine. I'm not saying I'm God. I'm not saying I'm the center of the universe. You know, I understand my flaws. I'm just saying this is what I'm going to do. If you don't like that, then we can go our separate ways. I'm easy with that. But so many people are scared to offend. They're scared to not do what everybody says, not fit in, not go to every party. You know, say something to their girlfriend that they know is going to put them in hot water and might end up with her leaving him. You know, guys will go, "Oh, I better not say that. I better tiptoe around the edge. I better do the housework because she just told me to. She's shouting at me. She's angry at me." I'll say, "Okay, babe, you were right." Because they don't want to be alone. A ruthless motherfucker would go, "Oh, no, yeah, fuck you. Like, bye. Next. I'm okay with being alone. Let's get it done. Let's move on." That's the kind of mentality that you need in life. You need to be, and I say it again, a ruthless cunt. Like one of the first, I always want to say MSI College, which is weird. One of the First Man community members and myself had a chat earlier, and we were talking about how selfish men always succeed. The men that go after what they want, who are, like I said, ruthless. I just don't want to keep using the same word, but men who are selfish, who say, "This is what I'm going to do with my time. I'm going to protect myself, my assets. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to be very independent." They always do well in life. Always do well, regardless of the consequences. And that's the key component here, guys, is you've got to be willing to live with your consequences, kind of live by the sword, die by the sword. You know, I know a lot of my decisions are going to offend people. I also know a lot of my decisions are going to sometimes lose me subscribers, because people might have, you know, somebody might have 2 kids and I'm saying don't have kids until you're older. They're a waste of time. You know, they're lovely once you've got them, but, you know, they're going to cost you this and that, and you shouldn't get married. And somebody might have kids and they're married and they watched a fitness video of mine and think this guy's cool, and then they watch another video and think this guy's a prick. Well, I'm willing to live with that. You know, I'm willing to put my voice out there and say this is what I want to, this is what I believe in. If you don't, let's see, you know, you go your way, I'll go my way. No problem there. And it's the same every single day in life. You set your alarm. You've got to have a ruthless mindset to begin with. 5 a.m., smash the gym, you know, all that sort of shit. You've got to be a little bit aggressive to come out of the gates. But then you've got to be ruthless with that time. You know, somebody calls you and you've been on the phone for like 2 hours, but you need to get shit done. Well, it's unacceptable. You know, that needs to be a 10-minute phone call. Okay, bye, done. I need to go now. You need to get used to saying these things. Or when people say, "Can you help me with this?" No, I've got shit to do. I just think that's one of the biggest secrets to life. I just think too many people are trying to fit in and have friends. Like I have great friends. I have as many as I'll ever need. You know, my day one friends, I'm not worried if I don't make another one ever again. And I know I'll get to a point where I'm like 35, 40, whatever, streaming platforms built. We've got live sports on there. It's bringing in billions every single year. And I'm like, I can be nicer now. I can relax. I can calm down. I can do things for other people and give back to society. But when I'm climbing that ladder, I'm not stopping for anybody. And a lot of you guys might watch this and be like, whoa, I've never seen that side of Chris. I think a lot of you would have, because I don't really hide it. I swear a lot. You see me do workouts and stuff. I don't tiptoe around life, okay? I don't hide the fact that I'm a masculine man and I believe in men being real men, proper men, regardless of stuff like sexual preference, etc., whatever. That's what I mean is just, getting stuck in and just getting done what you need to get done, regardless of who you are, what you're into, whatever, right? But so many guys don't understand this. They don't understand that the old school ways will get you where you need to get. We're in this PC world now, and it's easy to be like, I have to be nice to everybody. Oh, I don't want to say anything horrible. Oh, there's, could be a hashtag Me Too case. Most of the time, the person who's the most outspoken, who's the selfish one with their time, who's, let's say in the sense of women, okay? If you said to, I'm not saying abuse women, but if you said to a woman, I don't appreciate that, you shouldn't be doing that, that's immature, I'm going to get rid of you out of my life, she will run after you for like 20 miles in order to stay in your life. If she's trying to contact you and you're like, I'm way too busy, I've got shit to do, and you're just ending calls early, she, again, will chase you. If you've cut off women completely and you're trying to accomplish something big in life, you will have hundreds of women chasing you. Like, the ruthless individual is somebody that everybody wants to be. I believe that's why we're so drawn to, like, Conor McGregor. There's like a maybe not after the latest knockout, but there was like a mystique around the man himself. And people are drawn to like Jason Statham or The Rock when they're in films, because more so Statham, Tom Hardy, for example. People are drawn to these guys. Tommy Shelby, perfect example, because they are ruthless. They get shit done. And I feel like there's certain men that all women wish, maybe not all women, but a large percentage of women are naturally drawn to, because that's what they want men to be like, okay? And the vast majority of men, maybe all men, want to be like, but they're afraid to be like. And a perfect example of this is when I teach you guys about body language, and people say, yeah, but my friend said I look weird. My friend said it was too much. I've started going to the gym and my friends are like, why do you want to look good? Cut them off. See ya. I'm going to do better body language. Oh, you look weird. Why are you doing that? It's really imposing. I wish you wouldn't do that. Well, fuck you. I'm going to do it anyway. You obviously don't want the same things I want in life. That's my mindset. Willing to cut anybody, anytime. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Tyson Fury. I'll fight you in your backyard, you bum. That's the kind of mentality that you need. You need to be willing to go alone the majority of the time. Like I said, when you're later in life, you can be the nicest guy in the world. But in order to get where you need to get, you need to be ruthless. There's a quote, I can't remember what the quote is. People usually fill it in the comments, and it's very helpful. But it's about getting somewhere. Let me check. I'll cut the video for one of the first times ever. All right, so the quote is, if you want to go far, go together. I think it's the other way around, but I prefer it this way for the context of the video. But if you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. And I think in the beginning, you need to go alone because you need to go fast. It's not, you can still be patient, but you need to execute quickly. Like, you can't have, for example, let's say a girl dumps you, okay? And you're sat there and you're depressed and you're pissed off and you're thinking, what's next in life? You can't then have 2 months where you're feeling sorry for yourself, another 2 months where you're getting fat, another 2 months where you're checking her pictures and chasing after her, and then maybe another year where you're still trying to figure shit out. It needs to be 2-3 days feeling sorry for yourself, bang, execute. Wake up the next day, lift some heavy shit, go and do sprints at a hill, just, you feel like shit, you wake up, doesn't fucking matter, get outside and do it. And then the next day it needs to be, okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Let's research, let's look into things, what's my passion? Crypto's booming, Ethereum, last chance before it blows up. Pretty much right now, if you're watching this video, anybody who's not into Ethereum right now, it's about to be what Bitcoin was 5-6 years ago, 4 years ago maybe. that's a ruthless mindset. Anybody who's got a ruthless mindset will tonight download Binance, CoinGecko. They'll be on there, bang, bang, bang. They will say the money that they would have used for something else. They go, no, I'm ruthless. My girlfriend, we're not going out this weekend. We're not. Or for example, we're not getting married. What do you mean we're not getting married? Well, this 18,000 or 10,000, I'm going to put 5,000 of it into Ethereum, okay? Because I believe that 5,000 will then be worth 100 grand by the end of the year, and then we can do some more things with it. That's ruthless mindset. And if she says no, you're not doing that, but a ruthless guy would be like, okay, we're breaking up. I'm going to put it into this. Bang, there we go. I did what was right for me, and that's the important thing here. Is if you try and do stuff together, sometimes you need a team, okay? In business, you need a team. Like, I'm not going to be able to build a stream platform on my own. I'm going to need a film crew. I'm going to need somebody to do all the servers and monitor them all the time. If it goes down, it'd be a nightmare. But the majority of the time, when you have other people influencing your decisions, a lot of people on here from Asian descent and Asian cultures, South Asian, stuff like that, or should I say Southern Asian? Sounds a bit American though, doesn't it? Those sort of people have family pressures. You guys know exactly what it's like. I've been around that culture plenty, and you guys know it as well. You need to be more ruthless in that sense and be willing to cut off your family. It sounds horrible. I know it sounds horrible. The reason it feels horrible is because you're not a ruthless cunt. I would be. If my family was pressuring me to get married and, putting so much pressure on me and trying to stop me spending money on certain things that I want to do, and they're giving me pressure every day, I'd be like, I'm moving away. Bye. See ya. If I had a girlfriend that was like, why are you spending money on your business? We need to get married. You're gone. You're out the door. If I had friends that were like, oh, you're fucking annoying me. You're talking about your business. You're working on your business all the time. Why are you trying to get in shape? It's stupid. It's lame. Bye. You're gone. Next. Who have I got left? No one. Do I give a fuck? No. Because I can build up. You can find people to bring into your life. Okay, look, I'm lucky. I have a family that support me. I have friends that support me. I had no need to do that. Okay, I even had a girlfriend that really supported me, but timelines didn't work out when it came to kids. So, selfishly, selfish cunt, relentless cunt. I said, okay, well, we made a mutual decision. I don't want to be. I don't want to say it was me that did the dumping. I think it's very rude to do, but we made a mutual decision where we said it will be in our best interest of both of us to go separate ways. We were both ruthless in that sense, and long term, it's going to benefit me, and I hope it benefits her too. This is the mentality you need. And I was speaking about this earlier to one of MSI College, and he said it again. One of the First Man community members. You've got 3 different brains, okay? Now, I know that sounds weird, but you do have 3 different brains in there, or brain types. Number 1 is the reptilian brain, which is the one that developed first, and it takes care of, like, I'm hungry, I'm breathing, okay, I want to fuck, certain things like that are just on autopilot, metabolism, that's ticking over. It's kind of your control panel. It's just your basic system. Then you have the limbic brain, which controls your emotions, and then you have the neocortex, which is the logical thinking part of your brain. Years and years and years ago, I found out about these brains in a couple of books. I think it was one of Mark Bowden's body language books. Very clever. And it's also in The Chimp Paradox, which is a fantastic book. That will change who you are forever. And when I learned about these 3 brains, I was like, I need to switch the neocortex on a lot more, because the average person uses it 5 to 10% per day. I think it was 5%. And the emotional brain, something like 20 to 30, and women use it 40 or 50%. Which makes more sense, when they say women are more emotional. Well, there's science behind it, okay? It makes perfect sense. I switched off the limbic brain a lot more, and I tapped into the neocortex, and pretty much every decision I now make is logical, because I know logic will take me where I need to go, and it will do it in a ruthless manner, and it will do it quicker than if I get all emotional and start thinking about things like trading, for example. Oh, I really love this coin. I really love this stock. And you become you become overly invested in the item itself or the company itself. You start thinking, it's a passion project of mine. I just love what they're doing. This is fantastic. And then you end up losing loads of money because you weren't thinking logically. It happens with sports betting all the time. People lose thousands on the team that they support because they were betting with emotion rather than logic. And it's the same in life. We're kind of making something like 40, 50% of our daily decisions based on emotions. It's going to go terribly. A ruthless individual makes most of their decisions on the neocortex, the logical, practical thinking part of the brain, because it's usually the best decision. It's just not the one that we want to make because there's so many different components. Like a single decision in your life could alienate you from your family, your friends, could end it with your girlfriend, So now your reptilian brain, that chimp paradox, that scared little part of you that's very primitive says, oh, I've got no support unit. What am I going to do if something goes wrong? I've not got regular sex anymore. I have no social group. Oh my God, I'm alienated. I'm on my own. I'm out of the tribe. Okay, that's what your brain wants to tell you. So that's why you make kind of emotional impulse decisions to protect yourself and whatever and protect your life. When you're thinking from the neocortex, you block all of that out and you make decisions that are best for you. I decided to do that around about 5 years ago, and things have just got better and better and better. My social life, is it as good? Not really. Do I care? Not really. Could it be? Yeah, overnight. Like, you can change it. I've told you guys this shit before. Once you have everything you want, it takes months to put those puzzle pieces back in place. But you cannot balance the two at the same time. Another thing I just said to one of the First Man community members is that you can have in life anything you want, but you cannot have everything. Okay? So you can have anything, literally anything, but you cannot have everything. And by that, I mean everything at once. So you cannot have, and I mean this 7 days a week, not just a cheat meal, but you cannot have the perfect body and eat shit food. You cannot spend 3 days a week with your girlfriend and be a successful entrepreneur. You cannot buy everything that you want because you're a shopper. You just love clothes and shoes and you have to spend. You're a splurger. You cannot have that and loads of money in the bank. The two aren't going to go together. Now, you can have all of that when you get to a high level. You can have a lot of things together, but the majority of the time you can only have one or two certain things. There's a lot of pairs that don't tie together. Like when girls say to men, I want a guy that spends time with me, but also is successful. It's like this, he's going to be working all the time. I want a guy who's got a six-pack, but also drinks beer, because that means he's fun and he lets loose. He doesn't take himself too seriously. Well, you kind of have to take yourself seriously to have that appearance on the outside. You have to dress smart, have the decent body, etc., to be taken seriously in the first place. And they kind of wishy-washy around it, and they want two things that they don't run parallel with one another. They butt heads. Like one, it's like estrogen and testosterone. You can't have like both at the same time. If you've got high testosterone, the estrogen drops. You can't have both being high. It just doesn't really work unless you take supplements. And that's a massive message for life, guys. You can have anything you want, but you cannot have everything at the same time. And that's why you need to be ruthless. You cannot be a successful entrepreneur or successful 9-to-5 worker in your job and also have a great social life and go out and get drunk every night and get pissed. Now, I know there's certain like networking jobs where you need to do that, but in the majority of scenarios, you're not going to perform at your best the next day. Okay, these things don't go together. I know guys that were in sales jobs, making millions per year and doing coke. Doesn't last for long. Starts to do that, starts to decline. Their performance drops. They show up really late. They can't hit those numbers. They can't barely dial the fucking buttons, okay? Eventually, it will weigh on you. Like, you can have a perfect body. You can be Sam Asghari and eat pizzas every single day and still look good for, 3 months, 6 months? Eventually, it's going to fuck you over. You just got to be ruthless with everything that you do. Your time, you've got to be ruthless with your money. You've got to be ruthless with your assets. You've got to be ruthless with your decision making, hence the neocortex limbic brain that I was speaking about earlier. We've covered so many components here. I feel like this is a widespread topic, and that's what I mean about it doesn't just go into success or whatever. It goes across the board. Every decision that you make, like the decision ecosystem I spoke about before, every daily decision, everything that you're doing. Let me check the camera. Okay, I don't have long left. It's got a 30-minute limit on the camera. But everything that you're doing, it all adds up into who you're going to be and where you're going to be. Don't blame yesterday because you're poor today. Blame the last 6 years of catering to other people, and when they say jump, you say how high. Like, you have to say, I'm not doing it, and then stick to your decision. I'm busy. There's nothing wrong with that, but nobody has the bollocks, nobody has the fucking massive kahunas to say, this is what I want to do, and I'm willing to die by the sword. You know, if I'm going to live this way, I'm willing to put up with the consequences of making these decisions. That is what will make you successful in any area of life. You know, even if you just want to be, I say just want to be, but, you know, it's not an easy feat by any means, but I'm saying it's not correlated with giving up time and making sacrifices, etc., in the same sense as success, because people believe it's just an hour a day. But if you want to be like a fitness influencer, you've still got to be massively ruthless. You know, because you could be out with friends and everybody's eating bread or something, you know, just having on the table, there's just bread. That goes against your diet. No, not having it. And everyone's going, come on. You got to be ruthless in that moment and say, no, I'm not having it. You know, if you would then have to walk to another restaurant in order to eat and get what you want, and people are like, this guy's a dick, it's just what you're going to have to do. Okay? If people are like, oh, come out tonight, and you haven't worked out that day yet, and you really want to make it, well, you're not going out that night. You're going to go and have to train. It's the difference between people at the top and people in the mid-level. You know, people at the bottom are just waste of space. But, you know, you've got, and I don't mean that in a poverty sense. I mean the people who just don't fucking do anything, don't bother trying. They've got, you know, they just have no desire to be better. But this massive middle bracket of like 90% of people, they'll never reach that top because they don't have that desire to be great rather than being loved. There's a speech at the end of Vice, the film with the Vice President film with Dick Cheney. You've got to watch it. There's a speech at the end with what's his name? Batman. I can't remember his name now. Christian Bale. Watch that speech at the end. It's better than this video that I've just made. It will sum it up perfectly. He says along the lines of, I would rather do the right thing than be liked or loved or whatever. If you want to be loved, go and buy a puppy or some shit like that. It's the same thing. And every successful guy that you will ever meet is ruthless, selfish, and dedicated almost psychopathically to their craft. And then they can mellow down as they get older, you know, and they're in a good position to help people. But if you're trying to make it and you're trying to be everybody's friend, forget about it, you're fucked. If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio.